Hello and welcome. I have a new segment. This is going to be called Wisdom Wednesday. That's what we're calling them. Today, we're talking about leadership. We're going to define leadership. Oh, I looked it up. Here's what I got. Leadership is the ability of an individual or a group of individuals to influence and guide followers or other members of an organization. There it is. Another definition is Peter Drucker says the only definition of a leader is someone who has followers. Now, what a load of crap that is. How many people do you know that don't have followers? You know, the neighbor that brings me herbs from her garden, the other neighbor who shares her tomatoes with, other people around her. It's time to think about leadership and how we define it. Is leadership different now than it was? When did Peter Drucker say that? 20 years ago? Is it different than it was 5 years ago? 3 years ago? 2 years ago? Leadership is different than it was even just 1 year ago. And the criticism of leaders and their leadership is overwhelming. So what is leadership? What does it look like for you? That's the key. I offer a very successful course called Fundamentals of Leadership. It's for entry-level supervisors. It consists of effective conversations, problem solving, conflict resolution, and focus on people. Did they learn about all those things? Yes. Mostly they learned that it's about opening their heart. It's about having compassion and understanding. It's not about being soft or letting staff not do their job. They learn not to yell at people. That's a huge piece. Do you have leadership qualities? I say, yes, you do. And there's an exercise that I do in my book where we talk about qualities of leaders. And the interesting thing is when we take a look at our leadership qualities and we look at the leaders in our life, what are their leadership qualities? Think about that. Which of their qualities do you have? Which do you want to emulate? If you want to have some of those same qualities that they have, then you need to be able to identify them and be really clear on how you're going to bring that into your life. So what does leadership look like for you? How do you define it? And how are you going to step into your role as a leader? Things have changed. We all need to get really good at leading, and we don't need followers to do it. You lead from your heart. You lead from a place of caring. You don't have to have followers to do that. You need that. Be generous. Just smile at somebody. That makes you a leader. That's a leadership quality. I leave you with that today. It's short, it's sweet. That's about all that I wanted you to think about, though. I want you to spend the next few minutes that I've left you with thinking about leadership. And what does it mean to you? How are you called to step into your leadership? And we can stop criticizing the leaders. Good God, I wouldn't want their job right now, would I? Thank you so much for being with me, and we'll see you for Wisdom Wednesday.